my first solution was just to look around and find a product. Of course, there wasn't one. And the more I looked, the more I couldn't believe that there wasn't a product. That's when I sort of started working on the whole project to develop the neck brace. And so how it works is, if I was to fall off a motorcycle, front wheel stops, you hit something, you go over the handlebars, land on your head. Essentially, it's the weight of your torso that is loading your neck. If you're wearing a neck brace, what happens is that you land on your head. The helmet initially moves out of the path, the impact. So that initial head escape where your head moves is actually very protective to the body. You don't want to constrain the neck completely. Now the flow is ground, helmet, brace, rest of the body, and you bypass the neck in part. In this instance, the change in the threshold is by putting the neck brace on and taking some force out of the equation. So force that would have previously put 4,500 newtons of force down your neck is now loading your neck to 2,500 newtons, and you don't see the injuries.
Here we go, expert final moto of the day.
All eyes on the Bobster then.
Can he do it again? It's Putnam with a start, Charlie Putnam.
Oh, it's good to see him up there. Putnam, he's a good laugh, isn't he, Charlie? It's good to see him get a start, actually. He might actually be able to put a bit of a show on, because he's a good rider. Just not often put himself in the right situation. That's the sort of story with life, I think.
Was that Padgett in second as well? Gareth making a bit of a comeback to race him.
Yes.
Who's going to get the Planet Moto First Lap Leader Award?
Taylor.
It was Putnam, I'm sure of that. Yeah, Charlie Putnam gets the Planet Moto First Lap Leader, 5 points on the board for the Par Homes Husqvarna rider. Number 91 leading the way. Did he throw? I think he threw a little half knack-knack.
It's the sort of thing that
well, you never know with Charlie. Maybe his foot just come off.
Oh, we've had someone down. 15. Who's that, Jeff?
Let me just work that out. I'm still waiting for the...
So Putnam's out front, followed by Josh Taylor on the Kawasaki. Josh Taylor seems to be mega at the starts and also at the start of the races, and then fades off a little bit. So probably struggling with the state of the track and the heat as a combination. So Josh, though, put himself in a decent spot yet again. Second for him at the moment.
Bobby Bruce is back there about 7th or 8th in the race, but leading his category, and he's right alongside Ben Edwards. They had a great scrap in the first moto today. One of them on a 125. Bobby Bruce on the AC United Gas, making history. The first 125 rider ever to win an expert race, and he's just blown past two riders.
2 for 1
like
special.
He was on the 450 and they were on a 125.
Do you not think now the track's probably like packed in and got a bit firmer in some areas? It's drying. He might be better.
What you've got with a 125 now, okay, so they're not as much power, but they're lighter and more manoeuvrable. And as the track gets rougher, obviously it's all very well having that power, but you've got to try and get it around the track. So actually, as the track gets rougher and the sand gets compacted in more, that's where Bobby's probably got a bit more advantage, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
I wouldn't say an advantage, but it just comes into the differential between the two bikes are going to narrow
down a bit, yeah. And I think the track's probably not robbing quite so much horsepower now as well, with it just firming up a little bit.
He's loving it. Charlie Putnam is milking it for what it's worth out front.
Why not?
He just came across the finish line in front of us, sort of turned down, give it a big Johnny Bonner throw out. Oh, Bobby Bruce just went off the side of the track. No harm, no foul. He didn't gain any places. He just got it slightly wrong.
He's trying to push into those.
That was one of those real slow crashes. Josh Taylor, he was just going.
He did a Roxon.
He tried. Yeah.
It's one of them. Oh well, sometimes it's fatigue, isn't it? A lot of the time. I mean, I wouldn't say he's fatigued yet, but he's probably going to the race a little bit sore and tender, like most of them are. It's hard to just then go and start pushing.
Right, Bobby Bruce has worked his way up to third. He's going to go past Sean Southgate here, I think. Charlie Putnam on the Par Homes Husqvarna leading the way, but I tell you what, he's going to have to work hard to keep these Bobby Bruces coming through the field pretty quick on that.
Wow.
Look at that. There he goes, as he blows round the outside of Sean Springer. Now you can see the technique in Bobby here. He's just making that bike bounce over the holes. He's Keeping it lit, keeping the momentum, hurling style almost.
Momentum. I said this earlier, like when you watch hurlings around the sand.
See there?
Yeah.
As he just preloaded in and bounced. Look, I even did the sound effect.
Yeah. Boom. And he's just got over the bumps because it's just all about keeping the wheels turning. Always keeping the wheels turning, always just driving on. And it's momentum. It's motocross is all about that, you know what I mean? But it's not as easy to find it as it is when the surface is flat and consistent. You know, this is an art form to find it in the bumps and everything else.
Okay, with the timing, apologies for that. We've got the last race actually up on screen. That's the race that's just been and gone. So, little technical hitch. No stress about that. It happens.
It's the first.
We're
one.
allowed one or two.
It's the
Yeah,
first one.
first round. So we get up the timing for this race coming up on the screen next. But you know who's where because we brought you through it anyway.
Yeah, so Putnam still out front at the minute. It looks really comfortable as well. Charlie Putnam, he knows how to have fun, doesn't he? Like he's a fun, like lovable character, isn't he? So like, I mean, you can see that on the bike as well. He has that flair, doesn't he? He just loves riding dirt bikes.
Charlie Putnam is a laugh to be around, no doubt about it. The Putnam family, big advocates of motocross, love the sport, get behind it.
Yeah, I mean, like they're doers, aren't they? They're people that put in. There's no take from them guys. It's all in. I mean, his dad has been involved for years.
Involved with this very series, without the Putnams and
so
Clinton.
Many teams and things like that. It's fair play to them. And
I can tell you right now, this series probably wouldn't be where it's at right now without the Putnams' help, investment, and support.
So great to see him up there, and it looks like he's just enjoying the bike, if I'm honest.
Give it another 5 minutes when he hits the wall.
I think he's in it now. Bobby Bruce.
Bobby Bruce is going to go into the lead here down the far side. Look at his momentum round there, man. He is flying. So Bobby Bruce just ahead of Sean Southgate, who you see on screen. Bobby Bruce has now gone into lead, bouncing and hopping his way around this circuit. Looking amazing. There we go. That's the current running order, but Bobby Bruce has now gone past. That will upgrade and refresh when Bobby comes over the line, which he's going to work his way up to the finish line pretty shortly. We've got filming Putnam there. He's now in second place. There's Southgate on screen in third. There's the new race leader, 579. He's already done it once. He's on his way to do it again.
I tell you what, Lee doesn't half know how to put a sexy looking bike together, does he? It looks mint, doesn't it? The gas theme with the Troy Lee gear. Like I love how it's sort of stuck to the sort of US style as well. It's sort of conforming, isn't it? It looks really cool.
Yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of teams in the UK, they put so much investment in time and energy into it. It's so nice to be in a position to reward that with a live stream. Finally, a live stream going out, getting our sport in the UK, free of charge, remember, going out across the globe. So that alone, we're sat here in a privileged position to give back to the teams and riders that deserve this kind of airtime and coverage.
100%, because people like Lee, who owns the AC United gas team, he doesn't get anything from doing this. He loves doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He don't get anything back. He just loves it. Same as the Revo 7 Kawasaki team. They just love it.
Yeah.
There's nothing back. It's just pure love for the sport. So to be able to give them something, give them a little bit of credibility, showcase their product, really, it's cool.
Yeah, and hopefully more and more people watching around the world will see the value then of getting involved in motocross. There might be some new sponsors coming in, which would be great because you're going to get good exposure.
So Sam Prince says Charlie Showtime Putnam.
Well, yeah.
On it.
He was on the first lap. He definitely did a knack-knack. For those of you that are wondering what a knack-knack is, it's where you basically in mid-air swing your one leg over the opposite side of the bike. And I think Charlie had an attempt at it. I wouldn't say it was a full knack-knack, but fair play. He was loving the fact that he took the Planet Moto First Lap Leader Award and threw down a knack-knack.
Yeah, fair play to him. He loves that sort of stuff. It's just him all over, isn't it? And he's still there, the anchor hasn't fell out yet. Charlie Putnam's still in the top three. The Michael Essie hasn't happened yet, so Or isn't it? He's in third place at the minute, so Putnam's still in the top 3. Sean Southgate now moves up to second behind the leader, Bobby Bruce, on that Acer United Gas. What are we doing? Are we filming?
We're filming, yeah. So, yeah, we're filming. I'm going to post this out later on.
What, man in a can?
No,
Man in a can.
Put this on, oh, I don't know. Wherever you see it is where you're going to see it. This is the inside, what goes on up here.
This is our greenhouse.
There's Chris Kazora doing the spotting. Best get back to it, I suppose.
Good times, mate. Good times.
So here we go. We are counting down this final moto. Let's see how far we are in. We go on to, you got the timing difference. Bobby Bruce with a 3.24 second lead ahead of Sean Southgate. We're going to run down by class. Let's get this up and give you the rundown each one. So Expert MX1. He may be second in the race, but Sean Southgate, the reigning champion in the Expert MX1, is leading the race ahead of Charlie Putnam. Then it's Ben Edwards third. Jordan McCaw finds himself in fourth. Joe Clayton up to fifth. Joe hating life, he'll admit that. Sand is not his strong point, but he's toughing it out to get some points on the board from round 1. Remember, he finished runner-up last year on his Team Green Kawasaki. 6th is Josh Taylor, Richard Bird in 7th. 8th is John Robson. Then it's Steve Bixby in 9th, and Ben Hayward currently in 10th. In the MX2 class, well, no mistaking the race winner on that Acer United Gas. Bobby Bruce out in front by 31.5 seconds over his nearest rival and teammate, Tom Murphy. Cullen Scott has moved his way up to third on the Team Green Kawasaki. 4th is Jack Lindsay. Then it's Ben Kennedy, the Irishman, Ulsterman, ahead of Jake Preston. Ollie Beamish is in 7th. Another Ulsterman, Ryan Mawhinney, is in 8th, ahead of Gareth Paget. And then in 10th is Jack Moore.
Very well done, sir.
Thank you.
Cheryl Cornish says, first time watching from sunny Milton Keynes, trying to spot my boyfriend working with you guys. I think he's on the flags. I think he's one of the marshals. So shout out to the marshals. Without them, this race couldn't happen.
There's so many people that without, we just simply don't have a series, a championship. And like I said, it's a big community. What I've always sort of described motocross as is effectively, we're like, not a traveling circus, but like think of a caravanners club, but make it really exciting.
Yeah, for sure.
Rather than bringing out the plastic bowl set and and whatever you do, the old swing ball, we bring out a load of motorbikes and shred around tracks around the country.
Yeah,
it's true.
It's true.
That's what it is.
Yeah, we're a traveling circus.
Yeah, but a good one.
So this one's I do want to read this one. So Lou Barwell, from someone who until yesterday, when I was there live, who had never seen a motocross race, I thank you for your commentary and how much I've learnt today. Well, it's back at work, driving trucks. You filled my brakes in and certainly converted. So we've got a new motocross fan.
I'll take that. If we take one person from this live stream per round that suddenly has a love for motocross, we're awesome. Succeeding.
I mean, I'm sorry for my reading. I am dyslexic, guys. So sometimes when I've got a big paragraph like that, I do get a little bit slow. But yeah, that's lovely. Thanks very much, Luke. We like to see that stuff. If you've got anything like that, if you're a new fan of motocross, just jump on there, pop a comment in. We love to see it, don't we?
We do indeed. I'll tell you what, as if somebody just put a radiator on here. It's just
so
suddenly
hot.
got so hot up here. This is tough racing for these guys because it is definitely getting warmer. We're getting to about 3, what's the time? I've lost track of time. Yeah, so we're getting around 3 o'clock, so the hottest part of the afternoon.
Yeah.
No wonder it's getting tough.
The flagman's still in.
Barry will never take that. He wears a beanie everywhere.
How hot? Barry's got to be sweltering.
Well, you know why? Because underneath that, his head is checkered. He's had his head tattooed as a checkered flag. And if he takes his hat off, then the riders think they've seen the checkered and pull in.
Yeah,
so he's got to wear a hat the whole time.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's Jake Preston on the screen there.
So Jake, have I got this right? Jake is the new owner, isn't he, of Spiral Graphics?
Yes, he is. I believe so. That's what I think. That's what I'm led to believe.
So Spiral, again, helping us out at the Michelin MX Nationals. They're not a class sponsor, but they're involved with the series. And, you know, and they do a lot of our graphics and whatever. So
signs and things
like
that. Yeah.
In fact, they printed my new race shirts. Yeah,
Really?
There you go. Well, I say race shirt, sorry.
Riding
shirts. You won't see me racing anytime soon.
No. I tried that last year. It was a big mistake. big mistake.
No, I've done my stint. I'm more than happy to sit in this comfy chair now and watch others go about their business.
Is a long time, mate.
So here we go. We're counting this down. Has he lost his seat, Richard Bird? No, or is it just that really low Yamaha? Oh no, the Yamaha seat looks so low. Sometimes
they're quite flat, aren't they? So Bruce now, nearly 5 seconds ahead of Sean Southgate. It's got to be sort of nearing to the end of this one. Now, can't be too many laps left. I'm sure they're crying out to finish sometime soon. Right, so I'm just going to run through the top 5 in each class of this one quick, just while Jeff gets ready to go through some results. Just give me 5 minutes, 2 seconds, sorry. So, Expert MX1, Sean Southgate leads the way by Ben Edwards. Jordan McHugh is in 3rd. Charlie Putnam drops back to 4th now. God, it's all changed. Charlie Putnam's dropping down the order, so Richard Bird in 4th, Josh Taylor 5th. But Charlie Putnam does have the fastest lap of the race, so I don't know, may have some new skidders, Charlie. And then MX2, Bobby Bruce, and then Tom Murray just picking off Ben Kennedy for 2nd as well. Ben Kennedy now back in 3rd, and Cullen Scott rounds out the top 5, so not a bad ride for Cullen.
No, Cullen has moved up. He was last year's MXY2 winner. There's Ryman Winnie trying to put a move on Jack Lindsay, the Team Green rider. He's going to try and tee him up. Look, go to the inside. 2 youngsters there moving up to the expert class. Yeah, Cullen was last year's MXY2 winner. His first national title. Again, Cullen he's British. He was born in the UK, and then the family moved out to South Africa, and he came back a few years ago, a number of years. Had a nasty double leg break and a real horrific crash at Cullen back in 2 or 3 years ago. So to come back from that and win a championship was a big deal for him.
Yeah.
A lot of emotion this time here last year. You know, the family were really emotional about it. So Cullen moving up on the Team Green team to the expert class. So his first year in adults effectively, and that's why this expert class is so good.
Yeah.
You're not jumping, trying to straight in with the real fastest 40 and be demoralised.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a stepping stone class to that pro class, and that's what I really like about it. So there's Sean Southgate on screen. He was last year's Expert MX1 champion. I was with Sean actually not long ago. Went to do a fly on the wall video, which is a little series we do on Dirt Hub, up to Jake Nichols' place before Jake got injured. Well, actually, he was injured. He didn't even know it. And Sean Southgate lives up that way and goes up and rides Jake Nichols' track, which effectively is really is one of the best tracks in the country.
Oh, Jake Nichols' private facility is unbelievable, isn't it?
Look at this, last push, whatever, because we're winding down the laps. We've got about 2 to 3 laps to go in this one, and the pit crew are like, come on, all those classic signs, dig deep. You can do it, you can. I'll tell you a great one. So my brother was my mechanic for most of my career.
Be strong.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
The one that used to drive me potty, no matter how many times I told him, drove me mental, but I knew what he was trying to say, was when I used to come round and he'd put breathe on the board. Now I know what he's getting at. Take deep breaths, do
Relax
what you've got to do.
bit.
Chris was on it, he knew what was coming, he wrote it down on a piece of paper. And I'd come round and I'd want to almost park up, rip the board out of his hand and smash it over his skull. Like, what do you think I'm doing?
Do you not think
I'm holding my breath for a whole lap? Of course I'm breathing, you fool. Give me information that will help me. Where am I? Who's behind me? Don't tell me to breathe.
I get that. Sometimes you do need... I don't mind the motivational ones, like be strong sort of thing. Sometimes it can just remind you, can't it? It's more like being in the moment, isn't it? That pit board, throughout any of its purposes, brings you to the moment. Brings you.
He's got another one that you can. That's the one.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, brings your consciousness there, doesn't it? And sometimes can just take you away from the pain you're enduring. So quite important having a good pit crew there, giving you good information. I'm sure Bobby Bruce gets some decent information.
Oh, he will. There's Gareth Paget. Gareth's been out of the game for quite a long time. I think did he have a real bad injury or an illness or something? I can't remember, but he's got he rides off the cuff. Padge. He certainly cuts it loose, but I think he's feeling the heat of being out of the game for a long time here, coming back on a track this rough. But it's great to see Gareth Paget back out on a racetrack. It really is.
Yeah, he was a wicked rider. But I mean, it's still a great rider, but back in the day, he was like a prodigy, wasn't he, when he was coming through?
Yeah.
He was one of the kids that everyone thought, he's going to do something, but I don't know, personal reasons for whatever, it didn't work out for him. But he's out there racing.
He's hit the wall, he's suffering, but he's still doing the jumps.
Ruth Paget's on the stream here. Come on, Padge, 7.
Okay, so Ruth, I don't know what your relationship is with Gareth.
Yeah, let us know what happened, why you stopped racing, and I mean, obviously, if it's not too personal, please let us know.
So I'm just going to get back to Speed Hive here, see where we're at. With it's going to be 1 lap to go next time around. These motos are 18 minutes, aren't they? Plus a lap. No, the experts get 20 plus 1, same as the pros. So do you know what? I'm not going to bother with the results until they get across the line, actually, because we're going to have 1 lap to go soon. So it's still Southgate leading the expert MX1 class, and Bobby Bruce with a 54-second lead over his teammate, Tom Murphy.
It's not bad, is it, that?
I think it's fair to say that Bobby Bruce is favourite in the expert MX2 category to win this championship.
Do you think? I think what he is doing is getting a bloody good workout out there on the FatCat's track.
Yep.
Getting ready for doing some GP action. That's what he's doing, and that's the whole point. That we've got to groom that.
There he is on screen. There he is. I really hope that the government, we mentioned it earlier on, the 21st or something, they're going to be making another announcement that we can, because at the minute we're only allowed 4,000 spectators at sporting events. That's here. That's obviously, but also the British GP run by Steve Dixon and his crew, who's basically put his neck on the line so many times to run a British GP. Fair play to Steve Dixon.
Even more so this time, because 4,000 spectators does not cover the bill.
Not at all. So we're really hoping that government announcement will say, yep, fill your boots, and then ticket sales will surge, and we'll get more than 4,000. I think they virtually already sold the 4,000.
Yeah,
I think Matterley is such a huge site, 4,000 people. It would seem like some kind of backyard barbecue.
So I spoke to Steve. They are trying to trickle feed some tickets out throughout the weeks. So Steve also told me that there's actually 1,000 people booked in for camping, which is the first time. Normally there's like 300-400 people booked in for camping. There's 1,000 motorhomes going. So out of those 4,000 people, 1,000 motorhomes. So that is going to be carnage.
That's going to be good.
Yeah.
Okay, Ruth Paget's come back on Facebook. So Ruth is basically Gareth's sister, and she said he dislocated his hip multiple times. Oh, I do remember that now. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. He had a massive operation to rebuild his hip. Well, geez. So do you know what? Fair play to you for coming back then.
Yeah.
Gareth, to come back from a hip replacement. And he's out there, and he's got some mad scars to prove it. But do you know what? He's out there having a great time, Gareth Paget.
Yeah,
so thanks for that, Ruth, for coming back to us.
Really appreciate that. And Brad Harrington says, I remember watching him at Matterley a few years back doing the uphill quad. Gareth's got some style, that for sure, and he has. Yeah. Gareth can, oh my God. He's one of the most stylish riders I've ever watched.
Here he comes then, Bobby Bruce. He's going to do it again. Another expert race win on that 125. He's done it once, he's done it twice. let's get him down to the winner's circle to see how his day's been.
Off you go, Jeff.
And also, whoever's going to win the MX2, which I'm guessing was Sean Southgate. I'm off down there to chat to the guys. Just give Bobby a moment. There you go. We're live. Bob, you've done it again. Another 125 win in the expert class. All said and done, mate. A really good workout leading into the races you got coming up.
Yeah, it was good. The track's so rough, but it was good. We got all 4 wins this weekend, and it's good practice for what's coming up. Happy with my riding, but fuck me, it's rough.
You were, apologies for that, but he summed it up well. Listen, you were carrying some serious momentum around the outside. You have to do that on the 125, but hard, but I bet you were loving hanging off the back of this bike.
Yeah, it's good. The boys have built such a good engine, and it rips through the sand, so it's a machine, and it's nice to ride.
A well-earned Nando's, because that's what kids do. What are you going to do? Are you going to be stopping at Nando's on the way back?
I don't know, McDonald's is probably a better option.
He's earned that too. Go on then, on your way, the overall winner for the Expert MX2. We're going to bring Sean Southgate straight in as well, if Sean's ready to go. Well done, Bob. Good work on the Acer United. Gas. Come on in, Sean. Puffing and going. Is it harder than Jake's track? Last time I was talking to Sean, I was up at Jake Nichols' track where we had Eelgate, but that's a different story altogether. Sean, last year's champion, that looked tough out there, but and you look a bit out of puff, but you've got to be happy with that last moto result.
Yeah, definitely. I've been struggling this weekend. The last time I rode deep sand like this was when we was here in October last year. So yesterday and this morning was a big shock, big surprise with fitness really, and that last race I made a little small adjustment, and I can't believe the difference there was. It really did help. It was a good race.
I was going to say, suspension-wise, you got ERS on there, so that's Eastwood. I know you work a lot with Mark, so there you go. Good plug for you, Eastie there. But how do you feel overall after round one? You feel happy with the start that you've got off to? I don't even know where you finished overall. Have you second overall? So, you know, that's a good start to your series.
Yeah, definitely. Anything in the top 3 I was going to be really happy with. And then, like with how much I was struggling yesterday.
I don't know if that's showing on the screen. I don't know if that's showing. I don't even know what that's about, but I guess that means he's going to have a beer. What does that mean?
Monster juice is what my mates drink every day.
So there you go. Sean, go and get yourself rested up. Well done. Good start to your series.